You guys will remember last week that a big story came out that Jonathan Majors and his attorneys submitted a motion in court to dismiss the assault charges that he's facing, and the judge rejected the motion, saying that this trial is going to now proceed. There's enough evidence here to support the idea that you need to stand trial for this. So the trial is going to start November 28th. Well, like a little over a week after November 28th is supposed to be the release of Jonathan Majors' new film, Magazine Dreams. Movie about a bodybuilder, right? And it looks really interesting and really cool. Well, not surprisingly, news has now come out that Disney has pulled Magazine Dreams from their release schedule. This comes to us from the folks at CNN who write the following. Disney has removed a film project starring actor Jonathan Majors, who's amazing, by the way, who is set to stand trial for assault next month, from its release calendar. Magazine Dreams, a movie in which Majors plays an amateur bodybuilder, was originally slated for release on December 8th. In an email shared with CNN on Friday, the studio indicated the film no longer has a release date. The movie was directed by Elijah Bynum and also stars Haley Bennett. It was acquired by Searchlight after receiving acclaim at Sundance earlier this year. All right, so the movie's been pulled off the release schedule. Now, I want to make something perfectly clear. They have not scrapped the movie. They have just for now pulled it off the release schedule. And before anybody starts whining and complaining about, well, the guy hasn't been found guilty yet. Of course he hasn't. But understand the position that the studio is in right now. They just found out that like 9 or 10 days before their movie's supposed to come out, an assault trial with their main star begins. That means all the headlines are not going to be about this movie. They know all the headlines and all the social media discussion is going to be this big trial that has just started. So the studio, Rob, I got to say this. This is common sense. Like you make movies to make money. And one of the primary ways to make money is to have solid buzz, awareness, all this kind of stuff. And the studio has just been faced with something that, the thing in the news is going to be our star standing trial. So they're going to take a step back, and I guarantee you this. If he's acquitted, you're going to hear about a new release date really quick. Not that the release date would be early, but you'll hear them announce a new release date really fast. They just don't want to release this movie when that's what's going to be the headline. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Quip. Guys, you know that good health starts with good habits, and Quip makes it easy by delivering all the oral care essentials that you need to care for your mouth. For example, their incredible electric toothbrush. Guys, I've been using electric toothbrushes for years, and this is easily the best one I've ever owned. Timed sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses to guide a dentist-recommended 2-minute clean. A lightweight and sleek design for adults and kids with no wires or bulky charger to weigh you down. Reusable handles in a range of sleek metal hues, as well as bright plastic colors, sure to make a pop on your bathroom counter. Skip the batteries and snap into healthy habits with the new rechargeable electric toothbrush. All the features of the original Quip, plus one magnetic charge, powers up to 3 months of brushing. In addition to brush heads, Quip also delivers fresh floss, toothpaste, mouthwash, and gum refills every 3 months from just $7. So if you go to getquip.com/Campea right now, you'll get 20% off any electric toothbrush, mint and gum dispenser, or water flosser. That's your 20% off any electric toothbrush, mint and gum dispenser, water flosser at getquip.com/Campea. That's GETQUIP.com/Campea. Quip, the good habits company. So I don't know, Rob, you heard about this story. Does it surprise you, not surprise you? How do you see this?
No, I think you summed it up quite well, very succinctly. I mean, there would be no other story. And, the funny thing about it is, this is a very serious allegation. It needs to be addressed. It needs to go through the legal system, and everybody needs to be properly represented. That is the most important thing. It's very different from the release of a movie. That said, I do feel bad for the filmmakers. It's so hard to get a movie made. They won the lottery in that it did well at Sundance. It gets acquired by Fox Searchlight, which is now just Searchlight at Disney, and it was going to get a major release for everybody involved in that film. And I mean the director, the writer, all the crew had a lot to be proud of. And I can't help but feel bad for them that this movie, again, this had a lot of, ever since this movie came out, it's had to deal with this situation. I hope at the end of the day that Jonathan Majors is acquitted, but if he did do something wrong, justice must be served. It must be served.
And look, again, to anybody who would object, and I've seen some people objecting this, it's like this. If you're the head of a studio, your job with this is a product. This movie is a product. It's art, but it's still a product, and you're trying to make money with it. Are you going to make more money with this movie, releasing it 1 week after a very high-profile assault charges trial starts, or are you going to make more money with this movie, say, 4 months after an acquittal is announced after the trial? Well, clearly that's when you're going to make more money. Now, what's interesting, Rob, is what do they do with the movie? By the way, we are not insinuating at all that he's going to be found guilty. I'm just saying, what does Disney now do with this movie if what none of us want to have happen, he's found guilty? And I don't want him to be found guilty because I don't want the allegations to be true, not because I don't want him held responsible. I'm just saying we're all hoping it's not true. But if he goes through court and he's found guilty, what does Disney do with this movie?
Bury it.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, all that work, especially, and maybe, look, even I have to say, if these allegations are serious and if he's found guilty of these allegations, do we want to support that? And as much as, like, I get conflicted by these things. I mean, we've had the eternal debate, even on this show, the art or the artist. What do you do? How do you differentiate the two? And I would say that the people that get caught up in all this, the filmmakers themselves who aren't a part of this, they hired an actor. They didn't hire an actor's personal life, even though that's what happened. And all this work, and they went to Sundance. They did everything that they as filmmakers were supposed to do. And then this gets derailed, and it comes on them, and their movie gets suppressed or nobody gets to see it. And I have to say, I feel terrible about that. I also feel terrible about bad behavior and people being victimized, which is awful as well. So no one will win.
Yeah, this is a no-win situation for everybody. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.